So Nike have already provided Kylian Mbappé with some kinda exclusive football boots, but they haven't actually given Mbappé his own signature colorway. So I'm not really surprised that Nike have finally gone ahead and provided Kylian Mbappé with his very own signature Superfly 7 colorway. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on guys? This is YJ Football. Welcome to the channel. My name is Jazz and today I'm super excited for this unboxing video. We have the very first Kylian Mbappé Superfly 7 colorway. It's his very first signature colorway and I'm super excited to unbox this. I'm sure you guys are as well. And this box looks amazing. So the first thing you notice on the top is this big 93 logo that kind of looks like the old school T90 logo. But we'll get into the reasoning and the actual message behind 93 when we get further into the shoes. On the top you have the France flag, the three colors of France. Looks quite cool. It's probably one of my favorite color combinations. If you look closer you can see Nike x Mbappe x Bondy. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, I don't actually know how to pronounce it. But that is the whole kind of collab kind of thing that's going on. Nike, Mbappe and Bondy. Bondy is basically Kylian Mbappe's hometown, home neighborhood. So we'll get more into that as we look into the shoe. Alright, so looking at it this way as well, you have Mbappe logo there. I really like how Nike have gone ahead and used Kylian Mbappe's name, like Mbappe, but with the Mercurial M. I think it looks quite cool. Okay, so looking at here, I've got in my size 9.5 US. The label here looks a little bit tinted in pink. I don't know if it's just me, but at the top you do have the two stars which represent France's World Cup winning campaign last year, where Kylian Mbappe played a pivotal role in getting the results that led them to the final and eventually winning the whole championship. And on this side here you have a Kylian Mbappe logo, KM in gold, and a Nike logo as well. And the whole box is just encased with Nike x Bondy x Mbappe. And it looks amazing. That looks cool, doesn't it? Doesn't that look cool? That's one of the best boxes we've got on the channel. Sweet. So the first thing I'll show you is at the top. It says, "Sans risque, il n'y a pas de victoire." I did French in high school, so of course I know that that means without risk, there's no victory. I really like that slogan. I think it signifies Mbappe perfectly. And just underneath is designed to the exact specifications of Kylian Mbappe, KM, his logo there. And that's just amazing. I think it's really cool because normally you've seen this with Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar Jr. and stuff like that. So it's really cool and it's awesome that Mbappe's finally got his own exclusive boot. And over here is 93140. Keep that in mind. I'll explain it to you in a little bit. All right, so we have what you guys came to see. We have the shoes here. Here we have, oh, that looks insanely good. That's insane. Okay, hands down, I'm gonna call it. This is the best Superfly 7 colorway we have seen to date. That's just amazing. I know we've seen photos online, but in hand, that just looks so good. that's awesome. I'm also super impressed by this string bag. Can you guys see it? It's a very premium material. It's the same kind of material that Nike x Jordan limited edition colorway came out last year. It's like a suede type string bag that's extra premium and not like the plasticky kind of mesh material that we have on the regular ones. That just feels so premium. And on top you do have the Kylian Mbappe logo, Nike x Mbappe x Bondy in that Mbappe logo, and it's insane. You got the gold 2 stars for France, the amount of times France has won the World Cup, the golden Nike swoosh there, French flag on the top as well. That's just so cool. And on this side you do have the same 93 logo right in the middle. There's actually so much to talk about. There's actually a lot of cool stuff going on with these shoes. They've got this insanely cool green graphic that goes all across the bottom sole plate and kind of envelopes the shoe from the bottom up. And it almost looks like layers, kind of diamonds or jade kind of cracking and breaking off the shoe. I really like that effect. And if you look closer, you can also see there's different shades and different portions of these kind of jade cracks going on. I actually love that. And for me, like I said, it kind of looks like it's being shattered and these layers coming off, which adds a really cool effect to the shoe. And looking at how the swoosh looks as well, the swoosh is golden and inside you've got the same texture. It says Nike x Mbappe x Bondy. It's really cool and has this really cool aesthetic to it. I love the color combination because the white and gold is really classy and it combines with like a very electric, very cool green. So the overall combination is very aesthetic and I love how it looks. With this design, Nike have actually changed it from their kind of general release Mercurial Superfly 7 as well, where they've got a big drop swoosh outline across the outside and the inside. Instead, they've got a smaller, kind of more toned down, solid side swoosh on here. And I think that looks quite good, and they've made it fully gold. And on top of that, you've got the Nike X Mbappe X Bondy texture, and that's amazing. It's a little, really fine detail, and if you look closely, it looks really cool. If you guys want to check out a more in-depth review of the Superfly 7 boot in the release colorway, you can click on the link there. So when I saw the photos online, the backing colorway actually looked like it was white, but having them in hand, you can actually see that it's more like a light gray, if anything, which I think looks cool. It's not too bright and balances out the colors really well. So if you look at the toe of the shoe, you can see that there's gold underneath the kind of white and green layers, and inside the gold you can see the same 93 logo underneath. It looks really cool. And another effect that Nike have added to kind of create that visual depth effect is that they've added like a black outline just above where the 93 is, adding to the kind of 3D layer type effect. It's just little details that make it look insanely cool. Alright, moving to the inner side of the shoe, you do have the same kind of graphic going on and Nike golden logo, nothing too different about that. And flipping it over to the heel of the shoe, normally you'd see a Mercurial logo on it, kind of embossed. But now it's actually the Mbappe logo, the Mercurial Mbappe logo with the M from Mbappe as the Mercurial M. I hope that makes sense, but that's just really cool. It's the same thing we saw on the front of the box, essentially. Yeah, before I get too carried away with the rest of the shoe, I'm going to tell you about the inspiration behind this design by Nike for Kylian Mbappé. So if you guys didn't know, Kylian Mbappé grew up in a part of France called Saint-Denis. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, sorry if I'm butchering the name, and his hometown of Bondy is actually in this area. And what's cool about it is that this area's kind of area code or administration code given by the government is 93. So often people refer to it as the 93, and hence why there's a 93 logo on the shoes and this colorway in the box. So it signifies where Kylian Mbappé grew up, and Bondy, where he grew up, is actually a major part of how he found his love for football. He's actually quoted as saying, "Bondy is always in my heart. It is where I found and fell in love with football. It helped me shape me as a person and as a player." So you can definitely tell the town of Bondy means a lot to Kylian Mbappé, and it's played a major part in who he is and the player he's become. That's the main significance behind the 93. And if you remember from earlier when we opened the box, there was a 93140, and this, I believe, is a specific area code for Bondy. So that is also a nod towards where he grew up. This already has a lot of key elements that I like that Nike have actually done to incorporate some of Mbappe's childhood and how he fell in love with football into the shoe. We've recently seen a lot of like Nike Mercurial exclusive for Neymar and other brands as well doing the same thing, where they don't really have much of a story for the specific player they're making a special edition shoe for. So what's the whole point if they're not actually going to do any sort of story behind it? So in that aspect, I'm really impressed with what Nike have done for Mbappe. They've actually really gone the extra mile to incorporate something from his childhood and elements that made him fall in love with football. Finally, looking at the sole plate. Soleplate is like fully green, it's very bright, looks insanely cool. Personally, I'm not too big a fan of green. I actually like Volt and blue a lot better, even oranges, but green I feel like kind of doesn't stand out as much on the pitch, so I tended to avoid green growing up. In playing, I like always standing out, having the brightest colors, but these look really good. I think it's just because of the graphic and the different color changes going on the shoe. And what I really like about the Soleplate, it is a wearable finish. It's kind of got like a matte shine to it at the top around the green emerald areas, and a very cool clear stud tips with a very light jadish kind of color. It looks really nice. And the main kind of thing that draws your eye on this sole plate is this Aerotrack spine that's in a wearable finish as well, in a very cool metallic gold. Before we wrap up this video, I'm going to go real deep real quick, guys. Get ready for it. So I'm going to give you my full analysis of Nike's reasoning for this particular colorway and what I've kind of summarized from looking at it during this unboxing video. So if you take a closer look at the shoe, like I said at the start, they've got all these kind of layers on it. So you've got the green, you got the light gray or white, whichever one you want to call it, and then you also have the gold, right? So I believe the green kind of symbolizes Mbappe's youth, when he was young, finding his love for football, finding his feet as a football player, growing and learning his trade, right? So this is always about his kind of origin story, beginning and rising to the top, working hard every day. So the green kind of symbolizes him as a kid, with his exact same dream as everyone else to become a pro, amazing football player. And the green kind of scaly layer peels off to reveal the white underneath, white or grey, sorry. And I believe the grey layer kind of signifies Kylian Mbappe's years at Monaco, at PSG, and kind of climbing through the ranks and becoming an elite football player. So he's kind of slowly being refined, you can see. So as the scales of the green youth layer wear off, you can see the more refined and elite player that Mbappe is becoming. And on top of the grey layer, you have the golden accents. You've got the Nike swoosh, you've got the Mbappe logo, the 2 stars for the France national team, and the Aerotrack spine as well. All of these gold accents signify all the kind of success that Mbappe has had up to this point. So he's won the World Cup, he's won Ligue 1 multiple times, he's also won the Golden Boy Award, among many other accolades at such a young age. So all these kind of gold accents across the top of the boot signify his successes to date. And moving on to the final portion of the story is when you shatter the front of the shoe, revealing the gold underneath. This basically is a prediction from Nike showing that Mbappe will be the next best football player in the world after Cristiano Ronaldo and then Messi. A lot of people are already predicting that, and this is Nike again building hype onto Mbappe. I fully back Mbappe. I think he's an amazing player, and I would love to see him take the mantle from Ronaldo and Messi in the years to come. Let me know if you guys think the same. If you guys think there's another player that deserves it better, let me know. But I personally think it's going to be the Kylian Mbappe. And that's it for my unboxing of the Kylian Mbappe signature Nike Mercurial Superfly 7 Elites. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This has been probably my favorite Superfly 7 colorway to date. It's such an amazing shoe, and I love all the little nods to Mbappe's childhood and what he's become as a player today. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe to YJ Football by clicking the big YJ Football logo over here. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below as I've said. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.